guys, I'm so glad you found my YouTube channel. I'm going to be going over the exercises that you typically do when you come to Heart Life in case you don't have time to do them during your session and you want to go ahead and get them done when you're at home. Just to make it easier for you, I'm going to talk through each exercise as I do them and make sure that we're all doing them correctly. Alrighty, so our first exercise is the half squat. I'm using 3-pound weights that I have at home. If you don't have weights, it's perfectly fine to do all of these exercises using your body weight. There's nothing wrong with using body weight during exercise. So our half squat, we're just coming down here. You want to make sure that you don't get in a full 90-degree angle with your legs. It's just going down into a little squat. You just want to activate those muscles in your thighs and on the back of your legs. And we're going to do that for 12 repetitions. And our next exercise is our lateral raise. So we're going to go straight out and make a T and come all the way back down. We're going to do these for 12 repetitions also. And our next exercise is going to be our bicep curls. Our bicep curls, you want to make sure that your tops of your arms to your elbow is staying flat as you curl the weight up. This is very important. You want to make sure you're only using your bicep to pull that weight up. If you swing out here and go like this, you start using your tricep, and we have a separate exercise for that. So you just want to make sure you're here. And we'll do that one for 12 repetitions. We also have our seated squat. Our seated squat is going down into a seated position and standing back up. The importance of this exercise is that you do not use your arms to help you stand. You want to make sure, if it helps to put your arms across your chest, you can do that. I like to put mine like this in case I fall. I want to be able to catch myself. If you are afraid of falling, you can keep your hands out to the side and use them to grab onto something. You can use any chair that allows you to have both feet on the floor while seated. If you have a big recliner where your feet kind of hang off, that won't work. Your feet have to be able to be flat on the floor while sitting in the chair to use it for this exercise. The cool thing about a foldable chair is they're pretty sturdy, and you can also use them for balance, and they're easily movable. So for our next exercise, we're going to do our hip adduction. So I'm going to slide to the side of the chair, but you can use the chair for balance in front of you, and you're just going to, I like to put my hands on my hips so you can have one on your hip and one on the chair, and you're going to bring your leg out. The important part of this exercise is we do not want to open our leg like this. We want to keep our toes pointed straight ahead and lift our hip as far as we can. Mine does not go very high. It doesn't have to go very high to work these muscles. We just want to make sure we get our 12 reps on each side. And our next exercise, now that we're behind the chair still, we're going to do the leg curl. Just going to bring our leg up. Much like the bicep curl, you want to try and keep this top part of your leg straight and only bring up the bottom part of your leg. And we'll also repeat this for 12 repetitions. And one of our last exercises we're going to do is going to be leg extensions. So we're going to make sure our feet are flat on the floor in our chair. And we're just going to kick that leg straight up and bring it back down. Now the idea here, so you can see the other side of my leg, is you want to try and get this leg as straight as possible during this exercise. You really want to activate those quad muscles. See if you can bring it all the way up. And do 12 on each side there. Our next exercise is going to be with our weights, and we're going to do an overhead press. I'm going to do it seated so you can see me go through the motion, but it should be done standing. So you're just going to have your weights here at your shoulders and extend all the way over your head. It is important to try and keep the weights at the same width as your shoulders, all the way up and all the way down. We want to make sure we're using these chest muscles and these shoulder muscles as we lift the weights up. And that will be repeated for 12 repetitions on each side. Our next exercise is going to be our tricep dips. We want to make sure we have our weights in our hands and we put our arms behind our head. If it's easier, you can always do one arm at a time. And you use this, and you want to bring your arms straight up. We do not want the weight to come back in front of our head. We want to keep it behind our head and isolate this tricep muscle. If it helps, you can kind of put your fingers on that elbow to make sure this top part of your arm doesn't move. And you're just dropping the weight down and pulling it back up. We're also going to do our wrist curls. So for our wrist curls, we're just going to stand and bring our weights up. This exercise really helps with grip strength, with picking things up and opening jars. Really works those forearm muscles. This one always makes me really sore. And we'll repeat that for 12 repetitions. And it looks like that is all of our exercises from HeartLife. If you have any questions or if this video is super helpful, please leave me a note in the comments or let me know when you come back to class.